some things I noticed that are different, and some overall improvements, hopefully, for GTA on the next generation of console. So if you do like this video or find the information helpful, please feel free to drop a like in the video. I would really appreciate it. And be sure to check out my Twitter and Instagram. Both the links are in the description. Like I've been saying, I got back from E3, doing some cool giveaways there soon, so I really encourage you to check it out. Other than that, let's get into the video. Alright, so the first image we're going to be looking at is of this mountainside right here, and the first big thing I notice is the lighting. Now, I know they're at slightly different times of the day, but you can notice there's a lot more detail in the sky, the sunset that you can see, and the reflection it gives off the mountains that are still in the sun, and the side of the mountain that isn't into the sun. You can see that there's a huge difference between the ones that are getting sunlight and the ones that are not. Another thing you'll probably notice, a big one, is the detail of just the grassy field. You can see the PS3 image on the right doesn't have really any grass. You can tell that there are patches here and there are some spots of more rock and desert. But you can see clearly on the left with the photo of Trevor, you can see the nice tall grass, the lush field. You can even see the dense patches of little flowers in there. So it's very cool. Looks to be some great little differences that are going to be coming to the next generation. I'm very excited. This gives you a pretty good idea of what maybe the nature is going to look like, and certainly the sky. So definitely some great things coming for next generation GTA. So this next image comes from Franklin washing his buffalo in the campaign, and you can see there's two things that I really noticed. First one is the stained glass window of the church. There's much more detail right there. You can see it's definitely illuminated, and it's got lots of more colors than on the church itself. Definitely more elegant and more vibrant. And finally, the sign that has beer written on it, not necessarily looking at that, but the green panel next to it, there's signs of rust and signs of, worn downness on the right side, whereas it's very bland, mellow, and boring on the left side. And even things in the background, you can see that building right there is illuminated with much more lights. Things in the background I expect to render much more smoothly and do better rendering, and not just like appear in midair like some things do, like some inanimate objects, I should say. So hopefully there's a lot of things that they're going to be working on changing, including really decent render times, and also just the improvement of previous structures like that sign with the beer on it right there. So the third image we're going to be looking at is going to be really tough because the image on the right does have animals, but that's something I do want to talk about as well. There's going to be tons of new animals added to GTA 5 and GTA Online. New sharks, new wildlife. I think there was cats and dogs that were mentioned, so definitely expect that on your PS4, Xbox One, and PC versions. But other than that, you can see just the great detail in the trees. That's something I definitely noticed. You can tell like the individual plates of bark, whereas on the left it's very tough. You don't really see much, and obviously I'm sure a ton of you guys notice like the tall grass and the tall flowers right there. So huge overall improvements with nature and wildlife, and the little things you don't think of when you're playing Grand Theft Auto 5 right now on the old generation, Xbox 360 and PS3, because it is so beautiful. But on the next generation, you're going to be able to notice just that much more of great detail, and I think it really shows off how awesome it's going to be in this photo right here. And this last photo right here is just going to reinforce a lot of points that I've been looking at and mentioning before. I think the lighting is much better. You can see that on sort of the mountainside right there. And I also think that objects in a distance are going to be rendered more smoothly. I've seen GIFs or GIFs, however you pronounce it, where objects will appear out of random when they're far enough away. And I think that's going to be fixed on the next generation console, and will certainly be fixed on the PC. This is evident by looking at all the wind farms and the little city in the back that you can see right there. So some little things that are just going to be really awesome. The dirt on the side of this mountain, and everything just looks much more crisp, much more bright. I'm very excited to see what GTA 5 can bring to the future, and these screenshots are just a little taste of what we're going to get to see on next generation. So thanks for checking out the video, guys. Like I said, if you did enjoy, please feel free to leave a like. I would really appreciate it.